All right, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. This is your girl Fysah here live in studio with a very, very special guest, an award-winning stand-up comedian, storyteller, writer, and host. He has appeared on Comedy Central's This Is Not Happening and is now one of the featured comedians on D.L. Hughley's Healing with Humor comedy tour, performing here in Washington at the ShoWare Center December 6th. Everyone, please welcome Gastor Almonte. Yes. Hello, Gasper.
I want to
very good. First, I want to say thank you so much for being here today and for giving us the honor and the privilege of giving you an interview and learning more about you. So,
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. So, Gastor, tell me, was there so basically, let's give our listeners a little background on you. Like, where are you from and how did you get started in comedy?
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian from East New York section of Brooklyn. And I actually got started with comedy kind of like by accident. I took a class in stand-up comedy because I got promoted at my job, and I was going to be a district manager, wanted to get better at making presentations. And I read an article in a business magazine that said that a whole bunch of CEOs are taking stand-up classes to get better represented. So I took the class, and at the class show, I did really well. A whole bunch of comics came up to me and told me, hey, this needs to be your future. And I said, how's the money? And they said, not that great, but it still should be your future. And, they were very convincing, and they followed up on it. And, 7 years later, here I am.
All right. So that was that the specific moment where you just decided you're going to go all in comedy and that this is going to be your career and your life's blood? Or was there a different moment that was for you, some performance that really stuck out for you and changed your mind about pursuing comedy?
That's probably when I knew I was good at it. Then in terms of a moment of when I knew to do it full time was probably when I got that first TV spot. When I made my first appearance on This Is Not Happening, was a very real thing there. It was a tangible thing that I could present to my fam and let them see that it was a worthwhile endeavor. So, I got home, I spoke it over with my wife, and we kind of, took a gamble there. So I took a whole year off, and I just did nothing but stand up, and it paid off.
All right. Well, congratulations on that. I did see your episode. I have to say, man, I'm quite the fan. You had me rolling. I enjoyed myself. Yes, very much. And I love how your comedy gives the audience an opportunity to learn more about you and your personal life. It seems that you take a lot of your personal experiences and share that with your listening audience. Is this because your family was so supportive of you? How is your family in support of what you're doing? Like your parents, were they behind you? Do you have a huge support base that was behind you in making the decision?
They're very supportive now. They were a little less enthusiastic about me giving up a six-figure job to tell jokes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And understandably so. They are intelligent people. That's not a typical decision. But thankfully, it's worked out since.
Yes.
But yeah, my wife's been awesome. My kids are really into it. And my dad loves it because I talk about him a lot. So he's just slowly building up a tally, and he claims he's going to take me to court one day.
Oh, yes.
So we'll see.
I love your dad. I don't even know him, but he seems like a really cool guy. Let's just say that. Just
Thank
real.
You. Don't tell him that, because then it'll just add to his argument.
Okay,
so,
right.
He's
right. For the court case, right? All right. So I know that you're off to a pretty dynamic start in the comedy business, and we're hearing a lot about your name, especially teaming up with D.L. Hughley for this comedy tour, but we're starting to hear a lot about you. Do you have any plans for feature films or anything like that? I know a lot of comedians cross over into film. Do you have any aspiration for that?
Yeah, for sure. I've actually fully written out a pilot. I'm a real big believer that if you want to do something, you should kind of put yourself in it first. Let people see the vision that you have for yourself. So, and I've shown that, right? My comedy special was fully independently funded, and it's gotten a ton of great reviews. So I'm going to continue with that. I have a few film projects and a few comedy ideas that I want to put out on my own first, just to show people that there's more than just what they have in mind for, a land comic. So, I'm going to show them my vision, and hopefully people continue to support the way they have.
All right. That sounds really positive. I just have a couple more questions for you. And basically, I know that after a while as an artist, you can get kind of one-sided and you start just cruising in that special lane that, you're getting the support and the recognition you deserve at this point. But do you have any aspirations outside of comedy and any other things like businesses or something you want to share with us today?
Yeah, I'm actually a real big proponent in black and brown ownership of property and real estate, in particular in my neighborhood. So I actually take part regularly in the local community board, and my big vision is to slowly kind of integrate the idea of more of us buying property in neighborhoods that we grew up in that are ours, and taking a bit more ownership so that the culture of those neighborhoods doesn't get lost. I am fully welcoming of people coming in, integrating and learning and being a part of the community, but I also don't want the current communities that have become famous, like several parts of Brooklyn, like Harlem, like Watts, like Compton, that they're known for certain things and they're slowly shifting to become a new thing. Mm-hmm. I still want the culture that's there currently to remain, because it's integral to what it is and what's made it beautiful and famous.
Yeah.
So I'm a big proponent of more of us buying property in those neighborhoods and maintaining it, running businesses, and anything I can do to help teach people how to do that would be an incredible feather in my hat, and
yes.
Probably something I'd be more proud of than anything I achieve in comedy.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for that. So December 6th, the Healing with Humor comedy concert featuring D.L. Hughley, Carey Owens, Joe Torry, Aida Gastor, and Little Duval on December 6th at the ShoWare Center in Kent. It supports RainierAvenueRadio.World's education and training programs. It also supports the Rainforest Wildlife Foundation. This is just a good cause all around. Gastor, given that there are so many different ways that you could support your community and start to give back, what is so special about this event, and what about this event in particular makes you want to support it and get behind it and continue to support?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of different ways that people get a chance to do good in the world, and I think that that's a blessing, right? The fact that we have those opportunities is awesome. So I just think it's a chance for us to do more of that. So here we are. We're gathering together a ton of talented comics. We're getting a ton of comics together, and they're going to get a chance to kind of demonstrate what they do well on stage, and to do that for a good cause is incredible. That's an all-star lineup. People would pay that ticket price to go see each of those people individually. So yes. To get us all together on one bill for a good cause, it's a beautiful moment that we're creating there. And we want 6,500 people to come share that with us.
Yes, I love it. And the audience, if you download the Rainier Avenue app, you can take a screenshot or a picture of the app, and you can email it to RainierAvenueRadio.World @gmail.com. And just say, Fysah and Gastor invited me, and you will win a pair of tickets to the show on December 6th, you guys. What? Yes. So you can go see Gastor. You can go see Gastor and D.L. Hughley in person. All you have to do is just take a photo of, because we're launching that new app. This is, did I spill the beans? Oh, I spilled the beans. Oh, we're doing We're making the official launch tomorrow for the new app and the announcement of the launch of the new app. But if you were the first to take a photo and send it to RainierAvenueRadio.World @gmail.com, And just say Fysah and Gastor invited me, and you'll get a pair of tickets to this show. Gastor, I look very forward to meeting you at this show. I know I blew you up a whole bunch of times on your phone, so you got my number, okay?
I got it. You got mine, too.
You got it.
Let's link up.
Thank you so much for this interview. I want to play a quick game with you. It's called Question for Question. And
Okay.
And we've got Ibrahim getting it done in the studio today, who himself is an inspiring comedian. And so he might have a question for you. I want to involve him in this conversation. We also have Kareem the Dream in studio. And you are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.World. You can find us on the TuneIn Radio app. Also, you can find us we have our own app now. You can download it in your app, search for the Rainier Avenue app. You can get that on your right on your phone. It opens straight up to the music. So, Gastor, thank you very much for having us here today. Here's my question for you.
Okay.
If you could make a movie with one comedian, your favorite comedian, who would that be?
Oh, you setting me up right here. I'm doing a show with 5 of my favorite comics over here.
Just one.
That's not even right.
Just one, Gastor. Just one. They don't have to be in the show with you, but you can make a movie. I know you're a writer, and you have something in your head already cooked up. Who would you take to be in the movie with you?
I'll tell you exactly what it would be. It would be a movie where there's a court case, and it's me and DL arguing against each other in court.
What? I love it. See? You're amazing at this already. All right.
That's a classic right there. I'm ready for it.
All right, so we got Ibrahim getting it done. He has a question for you. Let's see.
What's going on, E?
All right, come in here.
Hey, Gastor. My
Yeah?
question for you is, when you first start out, like, what's the best way to manage yourself if you're having like a heckler in the audience?
Oh, that's easy. So whenever a heckler says something to you at a show, there's certain rules you got to follow. So one, mistake a lot of rookie comics make, they don't repeat what the heckler said. Anytime a heckler says something to you, repeat it out loud. Reason for that is because you're the only one with a microphone. So if the whole audience didn't hear it, it sounds like you're just saying something rude. Make the whole audience aware, get them on board with you before you respond. Second, doing that gives you time to think of a better response. Then third, say the most purest thing that's in your heart. Once you say that and you do it in that order, you always win.
All right. That is an amazing answer.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
So
Yeah,
valuable.
that's legit and valid.
Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
All right, so we're here at Rainier Avenue Radio, and this is a question for a question. So we asked you 2 questions. Now you have 1 question for us.
Okay. So I'm going to be out there in Seattle. What is the one thing I have to eat before I leave?
Oh, the one thing you have to eat. This is a tough one. Oh, you got to go to Dick's Burgers.
Okay.
Yes, you got to go to
That's
Dick's
what's up.
Burgers. That's right. That's our answer. Final answer.
Fair enough. Done deal.
All right, Gastor, thank you so much. We wish you the very best. And we look forward to seeing you and here at the ShoWare Center. So have you ever been here to Washington before, Gastor?
I haven't. It's actually my first time at
All right. So you get to see a new city. And have you, no, you haven't told us about the concert. Can you give us in your words a little bit more detail about the concert on December 6th? Can you hear me, Gastor? Are you still there? Oh, guys, it looks like we might have lost him. Gastor, are you still there? Hello, Gastor, are you still there? All right. Well, it looks like we might have lost our connection with Gastor Almonte, but you can see him December 6th at the ShoWare Center here in beautiful Washington. He'll be performing with D.L. Hughley, along with many other comedians that will be supporting the wildlife for Rainforest through the Wildlife Foundation. So all of the proceeds are going to a very, very good cause, and these comedians are here standing up for a good cause, and we all appreciate that here at Rainier Avenue Radio. Gastor, are you there?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
all right,
indeed.
You're back. Yes, I thought we lost you for a moment there, but I do want to ask you before
a little bit, but we back.
Yes, before I get you off the phone here, I do want to see if you can give our listeners a little bit more background on this event in itself and what they can expect when they go to see your show on December 6th.
Yeah, so as you've been saying, it's a beautiful event. We're going to be raising money for the Amazon as well as for the local Seattle Children's Hospital. Healing with Humor is going to be an event that takes place throughout the U.S., so we're actually going to be supporting different causes at different shows at different locations. So this is kind of the kickoff. So it's a real big deal for us because it's a chance for the comics to do something good with their gifts. So we're really excited to be able to offer that here and start it off in the great city of Seattle, the great state of Washington, and kick that off there. But yeah, on top of that, all the talent that's on that bill, getting a chance to hear them for 15, 20 minutes a piece in one night is truly something that you don't really get ever, you know? So
yes.
Having all that on one lineup in and of itself is special. To get that and to know that you're doing something positive at the same time, that's beautiful. That's a given. You know, I can't see how you're not buying tickets to do this and, you know, take care of somebody on your Christmas list, you know?
That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you're doing here December 6th. What city are you heading to after Seattle?
After that, I'm going to probably stop by L.A. I haven't been out there in a bit either. So, yeah, I just want to go show love, say what's up to some of my friends. And actually, I believe I got to stop by Portland as well. I had a few of my people tell me that I'm needed in the area. So they don't have a baseball team over there. They don't know a lot of Dominican people. So I'm gonna go correct that in the area, you know?
Yeah. So if you get down to Portland, you got to go to Voodoo Donuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I got to reach out to you before I get out west just to know where the spots are.
That's right. Hit me up anytime. And I really enjoyed this interview, and this has been just really great. I want our listeners to know more about you because I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for them to just get a taste of your comedy stylings before you blow up into this huge star that I feel that you're going to be. So,
thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
they can find me on every social media at Gastor Almonte. If you have Amazon Prime, you can see my debut special on Amazon Prime for free. It's called Immigrant Me. If you don't have that, then you can stream it on Spotify, the audio-only version of it. And as you mentioned, two of my stories have been on This Is Not Happening, which you can see on the YouTube channel for Comedy Central.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of stuff out there for you to catch a preview and get familiar because there's another special coming out this coming year. So more to come.
So how many dates do you have coming up? Like how many shows are you going to be, touring around doing in the next couple months?
Yeah, I got about 50 dates lined up between now and February,
50?
so it's a pretty busy time. Yeah.
Wow.
It'd be a little bit more normally, but I gotta fit some family time in there. I got my wedding anniversary, Christmas with the kids. But yeah, it's a fun little run of shows I'm going to be doing in this winter. So,
all right, I got one more question.
From the snow in New York, so I'm excited.
All right, so Karen, our producer here in the studio, has a question for you. She wrote it down on a piece of paper, so I'm just going to read it to you. She said,
Karen, you can say it too, Karen. It's
yes,
okay.
Karen. She wants to know, what is your best backstage story?
My best, what was that?
Backstage story. I know you've got the stories back there.
My best backstage story?
Yes.
Actually, I'll tell you, yesterday, I was at a club in Queens called QED. Me and four of my comic friends were all hanging out. The club owner, who normally runs the club on Saturday nights, decided she had to step out. So she left a new person in charge.
Okay.
The host goes on stage. He's supposed to do 15 minutes. And then intro each comic to do 15-minute sets. No one told the new club worker that he's supposed to light the comic. We all got paid, and we just let the comic talk on stage endlessly and try to figure out when it is he was supposed to get off. He did about 40 minutes before anyone finally licked him. So he was like going through everything. He's like, I got no jokes left. He's like, I don't know what to do for the longest 15 minutes of my life.
Oh my goodness!
He comes off. He's like, man, that felt brutal. He's like, yeah, you did your whole special up there.
I know. I'm like, well, as long as I'm getting paid, I'm not arguing too much. So, one more question.
None of us wanted. It was a blast. We got to, he got to watch him struggle for a bit. It was awesome.
Oh my goodness, that had to be like pulling teeth up there for somebody to just keep talking for 40 minutes. I have
especially when you got 15 in mind.
Yes, I've got Cream to Dream on the line here for you. He has a question for you also, since everybody wants to know more about you, Gastor. Everybody.
Nah, it's awesome. What's up?
Okay.
How you doing, Gastor? My name is Kareem. My question is, I love D.L. Hughley and Carey Owen. When you become a star, how is it to be around other stars? Like, is it intimidating? Do you try to learn from them? Do you ask them, like, kind of stories about their life? Like, how does that feel?
I am very, very happy with how everything's going. I truly am appreciative of the fact that I get to tell jokes for a living and that people call themselves fans of mine. With that said, I am very much a fan of Ali Sadiq, of Carey Owen, of D.L. Hughley, and I will very much be awkward whenever I see those guys for the rest of my life, despite the fact that I've seen them before. It's what it
right,
is. Like,
I get it.
There's certain people that, you know, like, they're Hall of Famers. You know, you see them, and there's just a little bit of awe. And you just keep doing the work, and you hope that you kind of have a great enough career that it instills a bit of that into other people, too. But make no mistake, like, when I'm in front of greatness, I'm nervous too. It ain't just you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to learn from it as well. You get to see how they work, how they move, how they prep for shows. That's one of the blessings of being in a situation like this. I get to see how they move before their major events. But yes, I am very much nervous when I'm the guy going up before them, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Gastor.
So, Gastor, so we've just got a couple more minutes before our interview. We're going to wrap up our interview here with you, and we want to thank you so much for the time that you've spent with us and for sharing your evening with us. And so I know you said you're a family man. I know you said you have 2 kids. Do you travel with your children? Do they come on tour with you? Does your wife and your kids come with you? Is it a family affair? How is it managing?
My wife comes out to quite a bit of the shows, maybe like about a quarter of them, just whenever she can fit a vacation with her day job. But my kids, unfortunately, I am very adamant about them doing the school thing. So they, as much as they ask me, have not been out on tour with me. They've been to a show in New York, and I do plan on bringing them out to the next taping. But no, they definitely don't come out on tour. And just being frank, I wouldn't be able to focus. I'd be too concerned with trying to make sure they had a good time instead of trying to get on my A game. And, you know, people pay to see you tell jokes. You better bring it. I can't say, oh, I'm sorry, I was working with my kid on his homework or something.
Understood very much. And I know this is a really exciting time for you, and we're just really excited to see you perform on December 6th at the ShoWare Center in Washington. We have Healing with Humor comedy concert. It's featuring D.L. Hughley, Carey Owens, Joe Torry, Aida, Gastor, Little Duval, and we have Gastor Almonte here on the phone with us. And thank you, Gastor, for taking the time to give us an interview and to talk with us about your performance coming up here in December 6th. And Rainier Avenue will be there. I'm hoping we can get another interview with you, maybe backstage, during the performance. What do you think about that?
Let's do it up. I'll see you there.
Okay.